Alright, in this Photoshop tutorial I'm going to show you how to create a navigation. This is similar to my other video on how to create a navigation bar, and this one I'm going to make it a little bit quicker. The other one was about 22 minutes long and went into more advanced concepts. So the first thing that we need to do is create a new canvas. As you can see, I already have my canvas open, but just for the sake of the tutorial I'll create a new canvas. So go up to File, New, and you want your width set to 1100, your height set to 600, and make sure you have pixels selected. We're going to use a resolution of 300. You want RGB color set with 8-bit and a transparent background. Okay, so you can see we have the same size as the previous one. We're going to select the color palette and we're going to choose a dark gray. You can use the same color that I have by copying this code into your Photoshop. Click OK. We're going to select the paint bucket tool. I'm going to click inside of here. As you can see, it's given us our gray color, and then what we're going to do is select the rounded rectangle tool, and this is what we're going to use to create our navigation bar. Now we're going to create a centered navigation bar, which is similar to a full page navigation bar. A full page navigation bar would be obviously the full page. That would be a full page navigation bar. In this tutorial we're going to create a centered navigation bar, which is something like this. Okay, so the first thing that you want to do is left click in this area over here, and if you don't have it set, you want your radius set to 5 pixels, and what that'll do is round the corners, the edges of the navigation bar. So you're going to click in this area over here, hold down and drag, and then make sure that you have it even on both sides, and then you're just going to let go. So the first thing that we need to do is give our navigation bar a style. We need to color it. So I'm going to click the selector tool, and then I'm going to right click the navigation bar to make sure that I have it selected. Make sure that by clicking it and holding it down you can move it, and I'm going to make sure that it's centered. And then the first thing I'm going to do is go to Layer, Layer Style, and I'm going to click Gradient Overlay. Now as you can see, we need to unselect Color Overlay, and that's going to give us a gradient. And we want to change the gradient color, and by doing that we can click Gradient and we can change our color here. The first thing that we need to do is click this little icon right here, and then click Color, and as you can see we can change the color of our navigation. We're going to choose a light gray so that our gradient goes from gray to a white, and then we're going to click OK. And if you want to copy the same color that I've used, you can copy again this color right here into Photoshop and you'll get the same color. Click OK. Do that again because I clicked cancel on accident. Again, I'm going to click OK. OK. And now what we're going to do is give our navigation bar an inner glow. And what that's going to do is give us a type of color on the inside of the navigation. So click inner glow, and we're going to click the color right here, and we're going to set it to white. Click OK. And what we're going to do is change the size to somewhere around 7. And we're going to move the opacity up to 100. Now the next thing that we're going to do, go to Layer, Layer Styles, come down to Stroke, click Stroke. As you can see, that puts a dark color around our navigation bar, and we're going to set the size of pixels of that stroke to 1, so just select 1. Now as you can see, we have our navigation bar with our internal color, our inner glow, and then we have the 1 pixel stroke on the outside. Now what I'm going to do is come down to opacity, and I'm going to move the opacity down to about 40%, and what that's going to do is change the transparency or color of the stroke a little bit lighter than what it was. And we're going to click OK. And now you basically have your navigation. So the next thing that you need to do is add your text. So we're going to come over and select the text tool, horizontal text type tool, click somewhere in this area right here. Now the font that you use is not all that important. If you want to change your font, let's just go ahead and type home. You can do it in lowercase like that, or you can do it in full caps. And what we're going to do is highlight it, and then you can come up here and you can change whatever text you would like. The text that size that I'm using is 4.5. That is the correct size for using 300 resolution or 300 DPI, and you should get a similar size. Okay, so I'm going to click the selector tool and make sure that you right click and select home, and now you can move your text around. If you want to move it a little bit more, you can use your arrow keys, and if you want to move it a lot, you can hold shift and your arrow keys, and that'll move it more. Okay, so what I'm going to do is line it up to the center and give a little bit of spacing over here to the left side. And if you want, you can highlight it by clicking the text tool, and you can set it to a bold. I'm going to leave it regular for now. Next thing that we want to do is add some more text, so I'm going to hit space 4 or 5 times, and then let's say that we're going to have web hosting. And then let's say that we want to add more text. We're going to copy the spacing that we have, Control V, and then let's say web design. And as you can see, we now have a navigation bar with our text. And that's basically how you create a navigation bar. So if you would like to see more of my tutorials, you can visit my website below in the description, and I have tons of different tutorials on everything from creating buttons to navigation bars. I have some advanced tutorials on creating landing pages and squeeze pages. So if you would like to see some more of my tutorials, then again, go ahead and click the link below in the description, and I will see you later. Have a good day.